Children's Hospital is known nationally for some of the fantastic work that it does. There's some amazing staff here offering some cutting-edge services, but our entrance doesn't say that. It's an old Victorian building from the outside, and when you come in, that's what you feel. Our families are telling us that our entrance is actually quite confusing, it's unwelcoming, it actually increases their anxiety. There's no signposts, it feels cold, there's no centre where families feel they can go and get information. You walk in, you see a long, dark corridor. It feels quite scary for them.
We've been coming to Birmingham Children's Hospital since Seb was a baby. He's now 4 years old. We came separately to Seb. He was transferred by ambulance from a local hospital to Birmingham. My husband and I had to come on our own in the car. Driving in, finding the hospital was reasonably challenging because it was 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Obviously it was dark, there's not much signage around. It's very difficult to know where to go. The first place you see is what looks like a security desk. It's a little bit daunting, especially when you're trying to find out where your child has been moved to, you know, how to get to the ward. Your first thoughts are, oh God, what are we walking into? It made us more nervous of being here. You don't want to be thinking about, I don't know where I'm going to go, this looks a bit scary.
I actually visited the hospital prior to Hafsa being born. I found out about Hafsa's condition at 20 weeks. As soon as I walked in, and I'm looking and I know that my daughter's going to be having special surgery here. In all honesty, I was a bit taken aback. If this is the exterior, is this how theatre's going to be looking like? Is this how the ward will be? The hospital itself is absolutely amazing. But unfortunately, the first moments going into the hospital and then our journey spent within the front part of the hospital, it doesn't do it justice.
I can remember the first time I came to the hospital with Tayshalise. Tayshalise was about 1.5. And the first impression of the hospital was like, wasn't great. I didn't know what to expect.
It must be quite frightening if you don't know where you're going. Who do you speak to? Where do you sit down to have a coffee? Where can you sit somewhere nice to calm your child down? There's nothing like that. And what we want to do is to create a place where people come in and they know they are coming into one of the best hospitals in the country. And this hospital deserves that. Our staff and the people we care for really deserve that too. It's important that when children come into a hospital, they feel like children. And it's important they don't feel like patients. When I saw the initial visuals for the hospital, my first reaction was, wow. I honestly felt I was transported into a completely different world. I was absolutely amazed. I could feel the difference it was going to make. It says, here is the best children's hospital in the country.
It's going to make such a huge difference. I think it's going to really help parents, carers and children mental health and well-being, because sometimes I'm stuck in the hospital with Tayshalise for weeks. It could be from 5 days admission to 3 weeks. It would be nice to have a little change of scenery from the ward, just sit down, just relax, have a cup of coffee. It's just going to make such a difference.
This fantastic new entrance is really going to put us on the map, and creating that feel and atmosphere gives assurance. It says we are world class.